Hi, I'm Carly Van Aert. I'm a member of the Canadian XLH network, and I'm part of the social media committee. And I have here with me today Sherry Van Butte, the chair of the Canadian XLH network. Welcome, Sherry.
Thank you. Thank you, Carly. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming and speaking with us today. So tell us a little bit about your role as chair for the Canadian XLH network.
So as the chair, I kind of have the not so fun behind the scenes jobs of, dealing with the business end of things. So we are a not-for-profit registered in Canada. And so there's a lot of paperwork that goes on with that, dealing with the CRA and with Corporations Canada. So that takes up a lot of my time. But I'm also doing some of the fun stuff as well. I get to network with other organizations in Canada, in the US, and internationally. So that's a lot of fun. That's very interesting. I'm also a part of a couple of committees. One that's close to my heart is a project that we're working on to advocate for patients and access to new drugs. So an MPP project is what we're calling it. I also have been a part of the Policy and Procedures Committee. And so we're wrapping up, changes to our bylaws and getting all that sort of in place. It's taken us a while, but I think we're in a good place now.
Yeah, so all kinds of behind the scenes things to get us started and going, as well as making sure that we're an advocacy group and advocating for the best for our community.
Exactly.
So you were involved in the founding of the Canadian XLH network. So tell us a little bit about how and why you got started.
Why I got started, my daughter is a spontaneous case of XLH. And when she was diagnosed, there were not a lot of resources for us. We were kind of given the diagnosis and not much to go along with it. Mm-hmm. So like anybody, we started with internet searches and trying to find more and more information and found nothing much going on in Canada and in Ontario. And so we looked to the US and we stumbled across the XLH network. And, we followed them for a while and then realized that they were having in 2011 an XLH day in Fishkill, New York. And so we thought, okay, that's not that far of a drive for us. So let's go check it out. And so we drove, the family together and into the van and drove to New York State and, arrived at this lovely home. And when we went around into the backyard, and all of a sudden we saw a community of people who looked so similar to our daughter. We were welcomed in with open arms. We met people who had families like ours that was, a spontaneous case and no background in it. We also met people who were many generations of XLHers, and they opened up our eyes. They taught us so much. Were generous with all the information they provided us. That event also had doctors on hand who were willing to speak with us and people in the business. And so, we went to that for a number of years and learned as much as we could. And, it was kind of strange. We went to one that happened to be in Connecticut, an XLH day in Connecticut. And we ran into someone there who was also from Canada. And it was the first time that we had ever met a Canadian in the US at one of these events. And that's Maddie, who is our treasurer.
Yes.
So that was amazing. And to find out that we were, within about an hour and a half, 2 hours of each other was kind of interesting. And, we kind of over the years thought we should have something in Canada. We were sort of pushed along the way, and our friends at the XLH network kind of gave us the impetus, you should have something. And so we got rolling and finally attended a meeting from doctors in Hamilton who were having an XLH meeting and ran into a number of people who ended up being the founding core of this organization. And things just have spiraled from there. The team has been working together amazingly.
How inspiring and exciting to just walk into that backyard and see people that are going through the same thing as you. I can't imagine. Yeah.
It was shocking. It was just shocking, there were children running around, 30 kids who looked like my child, and people who were willing to sit down and say, you know, it's a lot of things look doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom. These families have wonderful lives. These are beautiful people. And, you know, my daughter has an amazing life because of the friends that we met in the US and because of the friends that we now have with the Canadian organization. She's learning so much from this group.
Yeah, and what a change to now having our community starting to blossom in Canada and to kind of see, because Canada and United States healthcare systems are so different that it's kind of really important to also have people in your community from Canada who know exactly what the hurdles are here compared to other countries. Yeah.
Exactly. We do need to see what's happening in Canada, know what options are available in Canada for Canadians. And looking at the new drug treatments, they're miles ahead of us in the US. Yeah. We need to do something to catch up. And so
and advocate for ourselves and our other people in our community. Yeah.
Exactly.
So now I guess that brings to now that we've been established for over a year, where do you hope for the future of the Canadian XLH network?
For the future, I think we need to build on our advocacy. Advocacy is our role. I mean, we're there to support one another as a community, which is amazing, but we also need to, you know, advocate for the group, make sure that everybody has the best treatment for them, what's available for them. And it's not going to look the same for everyone, but we need to make sure that what is the best treatment for them is available to them here in Canada. We also need to grow this organization. We seem to be, strangely enough, Southwestern Ontario is the hot for us. We have a number of members in this area, but it would be terrific to have representation on our board of directors from across Canada, from, you know, the East Coast to the West Coast, rather than just Southwest Ontario. So that's my goal, to expand our board to cover that.
Yeah, and just the advocacy and the for advocacy and the just sense of community is, we need to include everyone all across Canada, bring them together.
We do. And I mean, the advocacy is going to look different from province to province because the drugs are regulated provincially. And so we need to have voices from other provinces so that we can support every province out there and try and get access to everyone across the country.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for meeting with us today. And you have a lovely afternoon.
You too.